Symmetry is a fundamental concept that appears in various fields of science, mathematics, art, and nature. At its core, symmetry refers to a situation in which one part of an object, system, or pattern is a mirror image, or an exact reflection of another part. This idea of balance and proportion is deeply ingrained in human perception, and symmetrical objects are often perceived as more harmonious and aesthetically pleasing. Types of symmetry. There are several types of symmetry that can be observed across different disciplines. Reflective symmetry, mirror symmetry. This is the most familiar type of symmetry, where one half of an object is the mirror image of the other half. If you can draw a line through an object and both sides match exactly, that object has reflective symmetry. A classic example is a butterfly, where the left and right wings are symmetrical. Rotational symmetry. An object has rotational symmetry if it can be rotated, less than a full circle, around a central point and still look the same as it did before the rotation. For example, a starfish or a flower with 5 petals has rotational symmetry, because it looks the same after being rotated by certain angles. Translational symmetry. This occurs when an object can be shifted or translated in a particular direction and still appear the same. This type of symmetry is often seen in repeating patterns, such as wallpaper designs or tiled floors, where the pattern repeats itself along a straight line. Radial symmetry. Radial symmetry occurs when parts of an object are arranged around a central point, with all parts radiating outward from the center. Many natural objects, such as flowers, jellyfish, and starfish, exhibit radial symmetry. This type of symmetry is often seen in biological organisms. Bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry refers to objects or organisms that are symmetrical along a single plane, typically resulting in 2 equal halves. Human beings are an example of bilateral symmetry, with the body divided into left and right sides that mirror each other. Symmetry in nature. Symmetry is prevalent in nature, where it can be observed in living organisms, plants, and even geological formations. Many animals, such as humans, birds, and fish, exhibit bilateral symmetry, which is believed to play a role in movement and balance. Plants often display radial symmetry, as seen in flowers, fruits, and seeds. Snowflakes are an example of rotational symmetry, as each snowflake has a hexagonal structure that looks the same when rotated by 60 degrees. The presence of symmetry in nature is often associated with functionality and survival. In animals, for example, symmetry aids in movement, as the balanced distribution of limbs and features allows for efficient locomotion. In plants, symmetrical structures such as flowers help in attracting pollinators by offering a consistent shape that bees, birds, and other animals recognize. Symmetry is an essential concept, particularly in geometry, where it helps to classify shapes and structures. Symmetry is often described using transformations such as reflections, rotations, and translations, which leave certain objects unchanged. Symmetry plays a significant role in group theory, a branch of algebra that studies the mathematical properties of symmetrical objects. Symmetry is also important in physics, particularly in the study of physical laws. The laws of nature often exhibit symmetrical properties, meaning that they remain consistent across different conditions. For instance, the principle of conservation of energy and momentum in physics is linked to symmetrical properties of space and time. Symmetry in art and architecture. Throughout history, artists and architects have used symmetry to create aesthetically pleasing and harmonious works. Ancient civilizations such as the Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans incorporated symmetry in their temples, statues, and public buildings to convey balance, order, and beauty. In modern architecture, symmetry is still widely used. Many classical buildings, such as the Parthenon in Greece or the Taj Mahal in India, are based on symmetrical designs. Even in modern art, symmetry is a powerful tool for artists, although it is sometimes deliberately broken to create dynamic or abstract works. The psychology of symmetry. Human beings are naturally drawn to symmetrical patterns and objects. Studies have shown that people tend to find symmetrical faces more attractive, likely due to the association of symmetry with health, genetic fitness, and evolutionary advantages. Symmetry is often perceived as a sign of order, stability, and beauty, which is why it appears so frequently in design, fashion, and art. However, there is also value in asymmetry, especially in the arts, where deliberate departures from symmetry can create tension, movement, or interest. In some cases, asymmetry is used to reflect the complexity of life, offering a contrast to the rigid order of symmetrical designs. Conclusion: symmetry is a universal concept that touches upon many aspects of our lives, from the natural world to mathematics, art, and human psychology. Whether it is seen in the perfect petals of a flower, the precise lines of a building, or the laws of physics, symmetry provides a sense of balance and harmony that resonates with both the scientific and aesthetic aspects of human experience. Its study and appreciation help us better understand the world around us and the principles that govern both nature and human creation.